So we continue with the loci. Now, before we start with the exercise 16b, we need to understand certain things. We can start certain standard locus of certain conditions. So we have the first one as the locus of a point which is equidistant from two fixed points. Okay, locus of a point equidistant from two fixed points will be the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the two fixed points. That is the first thing, which we already took it as a theorem last time. The locus of the point which is equidistant from two intersecting lines, straight lines, consists of a pair of straight lines which bisects the angles between the given pairs. So the angle bisectors of the given pairs of the intersecting lines will be the angle bisect will be the locus of the point which is equidistant from the two lines. Locus of a point in a plane and at a fixed distance from a given point is the circumference circle of the circle, which with the given fixed point as center and the given fixed distance as the radius. So that's of course the circle. Center of the circle is the fixed point and the locus will be the circumference of the circle, and the distance between the center and the point will be the radius. The locus of a point which remains equidistant from two given parallel lines is the line parallel to the given lines and midway between them. So midway between the two lines will be the one. So I am reading out through the summary of 16.5, that is page number 239 of my textbook, which is the old textbook. I don't know about the new one, but it is the fourth point. Now the fifth point, the locus of a point which is at a given distance from a given line is a pair of parallel lines of the given line at the given distance from it. So that's why if I got a line over here and I need to find out the locus of point which is equidistant from this line at any time, will be a line on top of this and a line on the bottom of this thing, which will be parallel lines. So these three lines will be parallel to each other and the distance between them will be the common, that x over what is the given over here. So the locus of points which are equidistant from a given line will be two parallel lines, one on top and other on the bottom of that particular given line. The locus of a midpoint of all the equal chords of a circle is the circumference of the circle or the concentric with the given lines and having radius equal to the distance of the equal chords. So if I got equal chords over here, so if I got the circle over here and if I am drawing equal chords, so we know that equal chords are equidistant from the center. Accordingly, if I draw these lines which are equal over here, then I'll find that it will be equal to the center, the circle which will be over here, which will be equal to the distance between the center to this particular chord. So it will be a circle. It will be a circle which will be at a distance of equal to the length of the equal to the distance between the chord and the circle and the center of the circle. Next one is the locus of midpoints of all the parallel chords of the circle is the diameter of the circle, which is perpendicular to the given parallel chord. So parallel chords ka midpoint say equidistant from all the chord will be the perpendicular bisector of the chord. So perpendicular bisector chord is nothing but the diameter because they are all parallel kind of thing. So that's a diameter. And finally, locus of a point equidistant from two concentric circles is the circumcircle of the circumference of a circle concentric to the given pair midway between them. So जैसे दो parallel line के बीच में था वैसे दो circle के बीच में रहेगा, तो it will be midway. So one circle over here, another circle over here. उन दोनों के बीच में रहेगा तो it will be the locus will be in between over here like this. So this is the locus of the so these are certain things which you need to remember. So locus is certain kind of questions will require such kind of thing to be remembered. Now in the exercise 16b, the first to 15 sums, they are the such kind of sums जहाँ पे you are describing the locus of the condition. So that is a very important thing to understand the concept. So we normally don't get a question like this in any examination, but to understand the concept of locus, it becomes very easy to take these points. So there are around 14 sums plus 15 के अंदर दूसरे 8. So accordingly there will be totally 22 sums which are going 22 questions which are related to this particular. So we'll go one by one with understanding of each and every question of exercise 16b. So exercise 16b, we'll go for one by one. I'm just going to discuss it, I'm not writing it, but agar kahin pe bhi zarurat padi that I need to explain this thing, so I'll draw a figure and explain you. So otherwise, yeah, you can easily understand by the words itself. So let's see one by one. Locus of a point at a distance 3 cm from a fixed point. A fixed point से 3 cm, यानी क्या हो गया, वो radius दे दिया. So that will be the circum. So it will be a circumcircle of a circle with the given fixed point as the center of the circle and radius equals to 3 centimeters. So that will be the first answer. That is circumference of a circle with center as the center of the circle as the given point and radius equal to 3 centimeters, which is the given distance. The locus of a point at a distance 2 cm from a fixed line. Okay, from a fixed line यानी क्या हो जाएगा, एक लाइन दिया है तो 2 cm ऊपर एक parallel line, 2 cm नीचे एक parallel line. So it will be a pair of straight lines parallel to the given line, fixed line, and at a distance of 2 cm from it. Okay, so that will be the distance, that will be the locus of that point. One line up, one line below at a 2 centimeters distance from it. The locus of the center of a wheel of a bicycle going straight along a level road. So if this is a level road and this is a circle, so let me take something circular so that it is easy for you to understand. Okay, I'll take this thing. So if I see this, now if the center of the circle is over here, you can see when it is moving on a level road, the center is just remaining there without any issue, and that particular point you can see it is parallel, it forming a line parallel to the level road. So level road se parallel, like a line parallel to the road at a distance of the radius of the circles, or radius of the wheel. So that will be given as a straight line parallel to the given level road at a distance equal to radius of the wheel. So that will be the line parallel to the road. Fourth one, the locus of the moving end of the minute hand of the clock. So minute hand of the clock अगर move करता है पूरा तो क्या करेगा? Yeah, circumference of a circle, radius equals to the length of the hand. So the fourth one will be the circumference of a circle with radius equal to the length of the minute hand. Fifth one, locus of a stone dropped from a top of a tower. Yes, you just drop a stone from top of a tower. It will be a straight line perpendicular to the base. So it will be vertical line through the point from which the stone is dropped. So it's just a single vertical line. Sixth one, the locus of a runner running around a circular track and always keeping a distance of 1.5 meters from the inner edge. So एक circle है, उसके inner edge, so the ground is a circular ground and inner edge से 1.5 यानी क्या हो गया? It will be a circle. Okay, it will be a circumference circle with radius equals to the inner radius plus 1.5. So it will be the circumference circle concentric to the running circular track and with the radius equal to the radius of the inner circle plus 1.5 meters. So that was sum number 6. We now move on to sum number 7. The locus of a door handle of a door open. So ये door है, उसका door handle को अगर open करेंगे तो क्या बनेगा? ऐसे करके खुलेगा अगर. यहाँ पे door handle है, तो it is moving like this. So how does it move? It is moving as a quadrant, or we can say it is moving at the circumference. So if it is moving, so it will be going by circumference circle with the center as the axis of rotation of the door and the radius equals to distance between the hinge and the handle. So the circumference circle with center as the axis of rotation of the door and radius equal to the distance between the door handle and the axis of rotation. That was sum number 7. Now we move to sum number 8. The locus of points inside a circle and equidistant from two fixed points of the circumference of a circle. Okay, so it is this way that it is going to be ये circle है और two fixed points say equidistant. So it is always this particular line is equidistance. So you can see that ये line का perpendicular bisector जो रहेगा, that will be the thing. Now you know that the midpoint is always passing through the center. So that will be the diameter. So if we are having even these 2 points, then what will happen? The midpoint, the perpendicular bisector of this thing will be the diameter only. So that's the diameter of the circle. Okay, so the question number 7, right? 8. Yeah. So again, question number 9 is the perpendicular, 8. The locus of a point inside a circle and equidistant from two fixed points. That is nothing but the chord. Two fixed points will form the chord. So we know that the perpendicular bisector of the chord will be passing through the center, because yeah, that is the theorem what you learned in the 9th standard. The perpendicular drawn from center to the chord bisects the chord, or the line joining the midpoint to the center of the chord is perpendicular to it. So that's why you see that the line what we are going to be having, the perpendicular bisector of the chord will be the diameter. So accordingly, you have the answer as the perpendicular bisector of the line segment. So eighth one will be the diameter which is perpendicular to the chord obtained on joining the two fixed points. We move on to sum number 9. The locus of a center of all the circles passing through two fixed points. Okay, through two fixed points. So it will be center of the circle will passing through two fixed points. तो अगर क्या रहेगा, यानी अगर मेरे पास ये दो पॉइंट है and one circle could be like this, another circle could be like this, another circle could be a bigger one like this. Okay, one could be over here like this. You can see all of them will be center here, center here, center here, center here. So that will be a straight line which will be actually the perpendicular bisector of this particular line. So accordingly, it will be the perpendicular bisector of the two fixed points. Okay, so the answer to the question number 10 will be 9 will be perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining the two given fixed points. We now move on to sum number 10. Locus of the vertices of all the isosceles triangles having the common base. Now that will be again the perpendicular bisector of the base. Why? Let's see this. If I got this particular isosceles triangle over here, on the same base I draw another isosceles triangle here, or another isosceles triangle here, or another isosceles triangle here, you will find that all these over here, they will be perpendicular bisector of this base. So that will be the perpendicular bisector of the base. So question number 10 will be the perpendicular bisector of the base. That is question 10. We now move on to sum number 11. The locus of a point in space which is always at a distance 4 cm from a fixed point. Now comes a tricky one. In space, यानी क्या? यहाँ पे, इधर, यहाँ पे I got a 3-dimensional thing around me. Something I can go up also, I can go down also, I can go this way also, I can go this way also. So it is given that from this particular point in space, always the distance 4 cm. यानी यहाँ से 4 cm, यहाँ से 4 cm, यहाँ पे 4 cm, मेरी इधर 4 cm, यहाँ पे 4 cm. So what will it form? It will form a sphere. Okay. So what will be this here? It is the sphere. So question number 11, the answer will be the surface of a sphere with given fixed point as the center of the sphere and the radius equal to 4 centimeters. Okay, so the surface of the sphere will be the locus of that particular point which is equidistant from a point in space. Next one. The locus of a point P so that AB square is equal to AP square plus BP square where A and B are fixed point. Now this is the most trickiest one. You will know, you could just, yeah, that's for sure that you came to know that it is Pythagoras theorem. AB square is equal to AP square plus BP square. वो तो पता चला. But what will be the locus of a point P? Now locus of a point P we are talking about. So we have over here that point P. So let's see this. We have got AB and then you have got a point P over here which is going to be 90 degrees. AB square. Now this is going to be hypotenuse square is equal to AP square by BP square. But what will be the locus of this thing? यानी क्या होगा? दूसरा एक ऐसा triangle जो भी 90 है, एक ऐसा triangle जो भी 90 है, एक ऐसा triangle जो भी 90 है. Now anything strikes to you? Does anything strike to you? Yes. It is the circumference of the circle. Why? Because this is going to be a circle like this. because यहाँ पे भी अगर बनाओ तो भी circle बनाएगा, because angles in a semicircle, angles in a semicircle are 90 degrees. This is what we know over here. So accordingly, you will find that all the point P's over here are nothing but the circumference of the circle. So we have in question number 12 as answer as circumference of a circle with AB as the diameter. Okay, and AB as the diameter is the answer to question number 12. 13th, the locus of a point in rhombus ABCD so that it is equidistant from AB and BC and B and D. So it is a rhombus over here, and you want that the rhombus ka aisa ho कि which is AB. So this is A, B, C, D, and AB और BC से equidistant हो तो वो diagonal बनेगा, और it is equidistant from the B and D. B and D will be the perpendicular bisector. So we know that they are going to be like this. Accordingly, this point, this is the, what is the locus? The locus are the diagonals of the rhombus. So we get the diagonal BD as the first one. First answer will be diagonal BD, and second answer will be diagonal AC. So these will be the locus of the question number 13. We now move on to question number 14. The speed of sound is 332 meters per second. Okay, we know that the speed of sound is 332 meters per second. A gun is fired. Describe the locus of all the people on the earth's surface who hear the sound exactly after 1 second. Now we know that the sound is traveling at 332 meters per second. So what is the distance if the sound would have traveled in 1 second? 332 meters. So automatically exactly 1 second का सुनने वाले कौन रहेंगे? जो एक circumference पे है from that particular point, which are at a distance of 332 meters from the point of gunshot. So that's why it will be circumference of a circle of a radius 332 meters with center at the point where the gunshot was taken place. So that is the sum number 14. Got it? So it's a very important part over here. You can see each and every sum made you understand the concept like this ones, and they were related to some of the other geometrical figures also. We'll continue this thing with question number 15, the 8 questions in question number 15. The locus of a point at a distance less than the 3 centimeters from a given point. So now less than the 3 centimeters, यानी क्या? We are talking about all the points which are at a distance less than 3 centimeters. यानी क्या हो गया? There is a circle having the radius equals to 3 centimeters, but we are not talking about these ones. We are talking about only these ones which are there within the circle. So it is the interior of the circle. So that will be, the locus will be the interior of the circle, or the space inside the circumference of the circle, or in the interior of the circle with radius equal to 3 centimeters. The next is the locus of a point at a distance greater than 4 centimeters. So it will be the exterior of the circle. That means the space outside the circumference of the circle with the circle radius equals to 4 centimeters. So it will be the space outside the circumference of the circle with the given fixed point at the center and the radius equals to 4 centimeters. So there was question number 2. Now we move on to question number 3. 15 sum, question number 3. The locus of a point at a distance less than or equal to 2.5. Now, less than or equal to, या less than यानी क्या? ये पूरा part, और equal to यानी क्या? Circumference भी. So that's why it will be all the points, that will be the space within the circle as well as on the circumference of the circle. So that's why the third one, the answer will be the space inside and the circumference of the circle with the given point as center and radius equals to 2.5 meters. So that was for the next one, that is sum number 3. We now move on to sum number 4. The locus of a point at a distance greater than or equal to 35 mm from a given point. Okay, locus of a point at a distance greater than or equal to 35 mm. So that will be, of course, agar ek from a given point, of course, so that will again be the circle only. So it will be the space outside, it is given as greater than or equal to, यानी space outside or the exterior of the circle plus the circumference of the circle. So it will be the space outside or the exterior of the circle, and on the circle with the given fixed point and to be the center of the circle, and the radius equals to 2.35 mm. Okay, this was 15th ka fourth. Now we move on to the fifth one. The locus of the center of a given circle which rolls around the outside of a second circle and is always touching it. Okay, so let's understand this one. Okay, if I got a circle over here and another circle over here which is revolving around over here, so ये यहाँ पे भी जाएगा, फिर यहाँ पे भी जाएगा, फिर यहाँ पे भी जाएगा, फिर यहाँ पे भी जाएगा, यहाँ पे जाएगा, यहाँ पे जाएगा, यहाँ जाएगा. So accordingly these are the centers over here. So what will be the locus of the center? You can see the locus of the center is another concentric circle. Okay, it will be another concentric circle to the same circle over here, with the radius equal to the radius of this plus the radius of this, r plus r. Okay, capital R plus small r. So you can see that in the fifth sum, the locus of the center of the circle will be it will be circumference of the circle concentric with the second circle and radius equal to the sum of the radii of the two circles. So that will be the locus of the 15th. We move on to the sixth question. The locus of the centers of all the circles that are tangent to both the arms of a given angle. Okay, so that is it. Let's see. The TD students will see this figure and find that हाँ हम लोग ने ये draw किया था. So you can see this. It is like this. This is the angle. So it is given that the locus of the center of all the circles that are tangent to both the arms of the circle. यानी क्या? एक सर्कल यहाँ पे, एक सर्कल यहाँ पे, एक सर्कल इस तरह यहाँ पे. So tangential. So you can see the center over here, here and here. It will be seen that that particular line over here will be the angle bisector. So this angle will be equal to this angle. So it will be the angle bisector of the given angle. So the question number 6 will be, it will be the bisector of the given angle. So angle bisector or the bisector of the given angle. We move on to the next one, sum number 15th ka 7th. The locus of a midpoint of all the chords parallel to the given chord, again midpoint of all the chords parallel to the given chord will be the diameter, of course, because parallel chords अगर रहेगा तो उसका midpoint को join करने वाला क्या रहेगा? Of course the diameter. So that is very easy. So diameter of the which is perpendicular to the given chord. And finally is 8th one, the locus of a point within a circle that are equidistant from the end points of a given chord. Okay, end points of a given chord again is nothing but the perpendicular bisector of the chord, यानी diameter, same thing. Okay, it is this way. What they said is, अगर ये सर्कल था तो ये सर्कल का ये पॉइंट और ये पॉइंट का से इक्विडिस्टेंट, यानी क्या इक्विडिस्टेंस कौन सा रहता है? Line joining the 2 points will be perpendicular bisector of the thing, so that will be perpendicular bisector. जब हम लोग draw करेंगे भी तो we'll come to know that it is nothing but the diameter. So that is the diameter in which of this the perpendicular bisector of the given chord. So that was sum number 15 ka 8th. Okay, so that was one part. Now we see the we now start with the alternate sums again. So we can see, I'm just checking whether I should go for, we'll go for the 17th. So 16th will be your homework, 16, 18, 20 homework. Is that say we move on to sum number 17. In fact, whatever answers are discussed right now for you about in the first 15 sums, the answers which are there in the backside of your textbook is also properly given, so you can follow that also. And कहीं पे भी कुछ understanding में problem हो तो you can check the answers at the backside, they are properly given in a sentence formation. So कहीं पे कुछ confusion है तो you can refer that thing. Right, so now we see the sum number 17. In a given figure, obtain all the points equidistant from M and N and 2.5 centimeters from O. So that is the given line. So this is the given thing. You got that this is M, this is N, this is O. Now firstly I know that two intersecting lines, if it is there, then definitely the locus of the given lines will be the perpendicular bisector, angle bisector of the given lines. So accordingly I'll be having the first one, angle bisector over here. So this angle bisector will give you the first line. Of course it should be passing through this point. And accordingly you can also draw for this one. Okay, now these are the locus of the lines which are of the point which will be equidistant from the given two lines, but they also given you that 2.5 centimeter from O. So what we do now is take a radius equals to 2.5 from O, and we are going to draw a circle, because 2.5 and O will be a line circle which will be over here. So this will be a circle accordingly. So we can see we will be getting point 1 over here, 1 over here, 1 over here, and 1 over here. We'll be getting 4 points. So we wanted to find out 4 points. So all the points, so this is point A, point B, point C, and point D are the required locus of the answer to question number 17. So that was question number 17. Now we move on to question number 19. Okay, I think I'll continue in the next video.